When we try new things or try to adopt a new ritual, it is very common for something to go wrong or to fall off the wagon. For many of us, our natural instinct when we fail at something big or small is to launch into relentless self-criticism. We may think this is the best way to regain our resolve. If we don't give ourselves a kick, we won't learn and we won't get anything done. In fact, this approach is counterproductive. If our first reaction on failure is to berate ourselves, we're actually more likely to fail again and descend into a spiral of repeating the same failures and continually feeling bad. So why is it important to think about setbacks in advance? Well, setbacks are part of our life, but if we don't reflect wisely on them, we won't learn what went wrong and how to avoid it in the future. But our reflections aren't always correct, and negative consequences can follow. Kelly McGonigal, in her book The Willpower Instinct, takes a microscope to common reactions when faced with a setback and how these affected well-being and the ability to learn and recover. McGonigal highlights something called the "what the hell" effect. Diet researchers observed that those who broke their diet would feel guilty and ashamed. But instead of trying to minimise the harm and effects of the failure, dieters would instead indulge in whatever it was that caused them to fail in the first place. They would then say to themselves, "What the hell? I've already failed. I might as well eat more." This was observed across categories such as dieters or shoppers, drinkers or smokers, and more. The research shows that it's not the failure itself that guarantees the bigger relapse, but the negative feelings which follow the failure which can consume us. It's easy to descend into a vicious cycle from which it is hard to recover. Instead, several studies cited in her book show that self-forgiveness is very powerful. In one study, 2 groups of dieters were encouraged to eat as many sweets as they liked and then rate the sweets. The group given the message not to be too hard on themselves for breaking the diet actually ate fewer sweets than those who were not encouraged to forgive themselves. In another study, it was found that students who forgave themselves for procrastinating before an exam procrastinated less before a later exam than the students who were harsh on themselves. Clearly, self-forgiveness is a crucial part of wisely reflecting on a setback, and is more likely to encourage us to take personal responsibility and to get back on track. Remember the 4 steps to mastering a setback in a previous video. 1, accept reality. 2, find meaning from the setback. 3, get resourceful. And 4, take action. Because it's not how many times we stumble, but how many times we get up that ultimately counts. In her book Self-Compassion, Dr. Christine Neff found that self-compassion has all the upside of self-esteem, but none of the downsides, such as narcissism. After the video, I invite you to ask your team, how can we as a team move forward faster from a setback? Being kind to yourself is a proven green zone strategy. May you individually and collectively go for the green zone every day.